On his birthday, a man received a delivery package, but inside was a strange black and white doll. When the man pulled the string on the doll's back, it let out a bizarre laugh and at the same time sprayed a light blue smoke. After inhaling it, the man immediately felt unwell and soon grew weak all over. However, the noise inside the office attracted the attention of his secretary, and at that moment, the man's arm suddenly shortened. Soon after, it was as if all the bones in his body had disappeared. With the man's painful screams echoing, the secretary who walked into the office saw that he had already turned into nothing but an empty skin. Broy and his team quickly arrived at the scene after receiving the call. They learned that the victim's name was Blake, a scientist at this company, and that the manner of his death was unlike anything they had ever heard of. Considering this might be a biochemical attack, the professor and others put on protective suits and entered the crime scene. After examining Blake's remains, the professor found that all the bones in his body seemed to have vanished. Noticing the blue substance near Blake's nasal cavity, the professor concluded it might have been the cause of his skeletal collapse. Just as Peter was about to collect a sample, he unexpectedly discovered the eerie doll under the desk and quickly understood how the man had been killed. Meanwhile, Anna found the package box, which clearly indicated that this was a targeted murder against Blake. To track down the killer, Anna returned to the lab and pulled up surveillance footage from the post office on the day the package was sent, using the postal code as a lead. At the same time, the professor continued testing the smoke sprayed by the doll. He discovered that the toxin in the powder was stored inside a carrier, which then infected anyone who came into contact with it. This strange phenomenon reminded him of his own past research. Years ago, while searching for a way to inject vaccines into people without their knowledge, he had used the exact same method. But when the professor later realized that military officials were using his research to create weapons, he terminated the project. He then extracted the toxin storage device from inside the doll and told his assistant that this kind of technology could not have been developed by ordinary people. It definitely had ties to the military. At that moment, Anna also made progress. By using surveillance photos of the suspect, they managed to pull his records from the database.